tuned in to Jocks Sportscast.
What up, man? Big Money D on the scene. Arsenal had
Well,
a big weekend.
big weekend again. Big weekend.
Big week.
Big weekend.
You know, the only thing about Arsenal was a Thursday game. I was pissed that Arteta started anybody that was regular starters, and we still lost. So it ended up being a bad choice for him. Because now look at Saka. He got injured today.
Yep.
Because he played too much, probably, and they could have rested him. But hey. You know, I'm not Arteta. Arteta's a genius here. You know?
Trust the process.
What do you think? What do you think about the boys keeping on rolling there? It was an expected win today.
Well, I don't think you get a say this week on our game because you've been the biggest hater on Reece Nelson. And the guy comes through today.
I'll say this. How many chances did Jesus miss again?
True, but he did get a couple of assists today.
Yeah, he got a couple of assists, and he was good on defense, and he had a lot of hustle. But it's like, damn, man, just hit the net, you know, and we'll be good.
We're playing like other teams. Now I'm going to hoof it, 20 feet to the right or the left.
I know. It's like that one. He had 2 for sure goals in my eyes, and it's just like, man.
But that brings up the question: is that why he was as sought out as much as people thought he would have been? Like when the window opened up, they knew this was going to happen. He wasn't this great superstar.
I'll say this: he changed the whole structure and like the way he defends and hustles back, and he's getting assists. He's everywhere on the pitch.
Yeah, we don't need him to be. We don't need him to be a Milan and score 30 goals.
No, we have the whole
team. It'd be nice.
Our whole team scoring goals.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It'd be nice if we had 1 or 2 players that were specifically a 30-goal scorer, but we don't need that.
No, we don't need that. We have an evenly spread squad.
And I prefer that. I've always believed I'd rather get goals from like 15 here, 10 here, 5 here, here, not rely. Like, look at Manchester.
I'll say
as
this.
As soon as Haaland
I'm
missed
happy for Reece Nelson.
Nope. You don't get us talk about Reece. You hate him.
I hate Nketiah. And what did Nketiah do? What did Nketiah do?
Well, with Saka out now, we'll see.
Well, I think it'll be between Reece Nelson and Fabio Vieira.
Vieira will start. I think we'll go with Vieira first. Even with the way Reece played, I think we got to start with with Vieira. We spent the money. What are we going to do? Keep him on the bench still?
Well, we don't know how serious it is. He could just be missing the FA Cup. No, what is it? The Europa League game.
Yeah.
Saka. But I think they'll probably sit him until the game before the World Cup against the Wolves, I think we play.
You don't think he'll play versus Chelsea?
I hope he plays because...
Well, that's our next EPL game, right? We have Chelsea next?
Yeah. Yeah, on the 6th, right?
Yeah.
Ooh, you know, I hate this going in because we're on such a high. And
Oh yeah, sorry, go ahead. Yeah, we have one game between now and then. We have, like you said, the Europe League.
Yeah. I hate when we're on such a high like this, and then we go against like a rival team like Chelsea, and they're on the low. Somehow they always just turn up and play good. I hope they don't do that this time. You know, I hope they just get embarrassed. Like they did this week.
We have 4 more games before World Cup.
Yeah, but they're like the Europa League and we have
the one Europa versus Zurich. Then we have Chelsea. Then we have League Cup with Brighton, and then we have Wolves.
Yeah, so we have 2 league games. The other ones I don't really care.
The other 2 don't really matter. We'll be benching people.
Yeah, I hope if I see Odegaard, Jesus, Chaka.
Yeah, we're playing them in the League Cup game or something. You're going to question it why.
Yeah, why?
Like right now, the way we are, I'd rather lose those games and focus on the EPL.
Yeah, we don't need the Carabao Cup. I don't care.
It's not. If we were struggling, it'd be a good thing it'd be something for Arteta. You have to win a trophy, like you said at the beginning. You have to win something.
I think this year
when we're playing, it's got to be a title. You have to win the league.
This year has always been he has to be top 4, or he has to win Europa. That's what it's always been from the beginning of the year. It just doesn't seem like that because they exceeded like everybody's expectations basically in their first place.
Well,
And it doesn't
okay, so
seem
I'm
too
going to
high.
ask you, we're at the end now of October. I'm going to ask you this question again. Are we Man City's biggest challenger for the title?
Yeah, remember you said that they'd go undefeated. I said that they would have a hard time against Manchester United and Liverpool. That was it, remember?
Yeah.
And then they had a hard time against Manchester, but Liverpool, it was pretty
Liverpool,
easy.
we got rid of
Yeah.
no problem.
Yeah. So like this if we beat Chelsea,
like if we do it,
6,
it's not going to be a 5-0 thrashing. But let's say we go out there,
I
we
don't care how we
dissect
win.
them 3-0, 3-1.
Yeah, well, you're going that high. I don't care if it's 1-0, 2-1.
I think it's going to be. I'm not taking away for what Chelsea's done, but to be on their, like you said, for us being on high. But Chelsea's obviously been on a high ever since they got rid of Tuchel, right?
Yeah.
But then like to have that, like of all teams, Brighton come in and just ragdoll you around.
Yeah.
Like you didn't put up a fight at all. Like that was like I saw 2-0. I'm like, all right, here we go. We're going to start getting the cards and the fouls and everything's going to go Chelsea's way. Like the 11 minutes of extra time and everything. And I keep my phone on me and notification go. I see goal. I'm like, okay, yeah, they tied. I'm like seeing 3-0, 4-0. I'm like, okay, is this the right team that they're playing? I'm like, are we sure that Chelsea's not wearing their blue?
Yeah, I couldn't believe that. It was so easy for the other team.
Well, that's the thing. They like waltzed right through their defense and everything, and just you know, like we were saying, like switching Mendy to Kepa. Like,
you notice how all the Chelsea fans are quiet?
Well, yeah, they're very quiet.
Where are they? Yeah, where
Nobody's
are they?
saying a word.
Nobody. It's like
Tyrone,
next time
I want
they win
my money.
Game, yeah, next time you see them, like next time they win a game, they'll be on here. Guarantee you, if Chelsea beat Arsenal, they'll be here.
Oh, they won't be here.
Squawk box.
They won't be here because it's not happening.
It's not happening.
It's not happening.
I don't see us losing either, to be honest with you.
Worst case scenario in that game is a draw. It'd be like a 1-1, 2-2, something like that.
Yeah, I think worst case scenario would be 1-0 us, and it would be like a crap goal kind of.
Yeah, well, that's what I mean. It'd be something like Rashford today, right, with 100th minute goal.
Yeah, Rashford. How about Tottenham? Huge comeback. They're losing.
I was so excited for that too because they had they were down 2-0. I'm like, we're going to have like a 9-point cushion, and then I see they came back. I'm like, of course you had to blow it. It was what, Southampton, right?
Yeah.
I'm like, of course.
No, it was Bournemouth.
Or Bournemouth, yeah. Team that likes to blow leads like that. They always get leads like that on big teams, and then they blow it.
Oh man, I was like, holy crap! Chelsea, Liverpool, and Tottenham are all losing. I'm like, this is great. Yeah. What a great weekend.
You see it. I mean, I'll take the Chelsea loss still because I think now Chelsea's 9 points behind us.
Yeah.
I mean,
you know it's crazy. Newcastle. Remember we were talking about Newcastle?
Well, that's what I was going to say. Is you and me both are to a degree right on our predictions. To partially, like you said Liverpool won't be top 4.
Yeah.
And I said Chelsea will not be top 4. And I guarantee you now, watching what I'm seeing, both of those are going to stay true to the end of the season.
Isn't that crazy? You know, many people, like I made the video on Instagram about my top 4 is Man City, Arsenal, Tottenham, and Chelsea. But this, in all fairness, I before the season started, I picked, after I made the video, I'm like, oh, Manchester United will be 4th. Because even though they started off bad, I think they'll be 4th.
I'd give you more leniency and I'd give you more odds on them being a top 4. If Newcastle drops out, man, you would get it before Chelsea would get it.
100%. Well, do you think there's any chance of Liverpool climbing back? Actually, Liverpool are closer to relegation than they are to top 4.
Yeah, they're the 9th or 10th in the league, but there's no Liverpool season's over.
Yeah, well, Liverpool is only 5 points away from being relegated, and they need 9 points to get into the top 4. That's crazy.
Exactly. No, yeah. I don't think that team, like it was even like I said to you last week, where's Salah been? And he scores this week, but that was it.
He's belly dancing. You see that meme? Where he's like,
like, all right.
Yeah, he's out there belly dancing, eh? And did you see that other meme where he's pulling up his shorts? They're like, "Oh,
Yep.
he's trying to seduce the VAR guys."
That's right. I would go there, right? Look at
Damn.
what I got.
He's drinking that big bottle, that big money D bottle.
That's right. Break out the champagne.
So let's take a look. Let's take a look at this table here. Let me get this table up. Do the old.
Bring up the table, and then I got a question for you.
Yeah, we're gonna have to pull up your lock of the week too.
That is true.
We haven't done your lock of the week.
No, we didn't do it last week either. All right, so right there, hold it right there.
Hold on, let's see here. Let's put it all up.
Okay, there. All right.
Yep.
All right, hold it right there. Okay, so looking at the last 5, right? So let's go to Chelsea for a quick second. So 2 wins, 2 losses, or 2 wins, 2 draws, and so it started off good, and now they're starting to go back to when Tuchel was still there. Now you're getting your draws and your losses, right?
Yeah.
So think about that. Their next 3 EPL games are against the number 1, number 2, and number 4 team in the league right now.
Let's see. So their next game is against Arsenal. Then they play an EFL Cup. And then they play Newcastle, the team that they're fighting with, eh?
Yeah. Or sorry, so one is not an EPL, but they still are playing the top of the league.
Yeah, top of the league. They got to blow this game they got to play young kids.
But even then, if you look at the EPL, if you don't go 2-0, I think their season's done.
Yeah, I think they have
to beat us, and they have to beat Newcastle to be considered still a challenger for a top 4 finish this year.
Do you think they're the opposite of us, where they wouldn't mind winning this trophy then? Like they should go for it because it's probably their best chance.
They're not going to win a title, so they have to this year. They have to win some type of trophy, where there be, like you said, a cup or obviously they're going to go for the Champions League. They're not going to win Champions League.
Ooh, that's a tough prediction. Big money D luck.
There you go. But that's what they're going to go for. So this would be like they've got to win something.
Yeah. So these guys played 13 games each, and we played 12 along with Man City and Manchester United and Chelsea. So they got them in hand. So realistically, both of these guys could
challenge Newcastle. But that 13th game is friggin' from what's her face is dying, because we were supposed to play Man City and they were supposed to play Man U.
Yeah, so our game that we have in hand is actually against Man City. So that's gonna be one for the ages right there. Let's see the matches here.
I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that game still. Yeah,
I would have rather played Man City now than later, because I think we're just on a run right now.
We are, but the thing is, like you said, especially after World Cup, it's going to be literally game after game after game after game. Like you said, all the tourneys are going to be going. People are going to be tired from World Cup. Squads are going to be shortened because people are playing like in the African Cup and stuff like that, right? Like look at us last year. Like we had 11 players, like you said, playing there in Africa at one point.
Yeah, it's crazy.
So I hear what you're saying on that, but I rather play later, just because if we continue the roll, I want to keep going. I don't want to have us, like say in February, go on a 4-game, 5-game winless streak and then hope we can get it going near the end.
Yeah, I don't know. If we would have played them now, then it was one hard game out of the way and we would have won. But Man City, they almost lost to Leicester. They didn't.
They went right to what, 89th minute?
Yeah, they played pretty good that game. And then De Bruyne only scored with a free kick. Yeah, I mean not only, but it was a great.
No, but that was the one that stood out. But
yeah, then we got Newcastle, Aston Villa. I don't even know what's wrong with Aston Villa. Like, there's no way they should be this bad.
They're also not a very good team either. Like they're top 10. But they're not like going to ever challenge for a top 4, top 6.
There's no way they should be bottom 4. Let's take a look at their players here. Look at their players. Tyrone Mings, decent. Leon Bailey, Jamaica international. Douglas Luiz, Arsenal, one of the best goalkeepers in the world. Philip Coutinho. Like, these guys got a good team. Danny Ings, Ashley Young, Matty Cash, the Poland international. Look at Jacob Ramsey, even. Lucas Digne.
Yep.
Emmy Buendia. Like, they got a good Ollie
It's
Watkins,
not like
John McGinn.
it's not a forced squad. It's people who are actually good.
Oh, they could challenge top 6. Why not? They should. Konza. But they're just something's wrong there. I don't know what it is. Can't be the manager. He's gone.
Right.
Yeah, and then now we got Tottenham. We just talked about that.
Yeah.
Came back. Huge comeback. You got to tip your hat to them. That's a pretty good comeback.
But to come back from, like we said, being down 2-0, I'll give them credit. Like, I'm not going to say they got lucky or anything. Good on them that they were able to do that.
Yeah, and it sucks because I really wanted them to lose.
Well, it would have helped us 100%.
It would make us feel more comfortable,
Well, I'm still comfortable where we're standing in the league.
Oh, we're doing all right. I'll tell you that. And then we got Brighton and Chelsea. Remember, I was just talking crap about Brighton. I was like, "Oh, they're gonna drop far down the table."
Yep. I mean, it's still what?
Yeah.
They're the 6th, 7th, but yeah, it's still like Chelsea easily should have. The way they had been playing, should have won this easily. But
yeah, I mean, they only beat Chelsea.
No,
Yeah, what are they?
It's no big
they're
deal.
8th. They're still 8th. Brighton are still 8th.
Even Fulham's kicking around, and Brighton even has a game in hand still.
Yeah, so I had Fulham dropping down. Let's see the bottom 3. So I had Leeds, Fulham, and Nottingham Forest, I think, to drop out. Leicester's back there, but they just played Man City, so that was kind of, they're going to lose. Man, I think now that you look at it, Southampton could be in trouble.
I think Southampton will fall in there, but I'm still saying Forest squeaks out of there before the end of the year.
I think Leicester will definitely squeak out of there. They're not staying there. They're starting to come around, I can feel it. Like, they have good players and stuff.
So could you see Villa, South, and Forest?
I could see Leeds, Southampton, Forest. I could, or Wolves. Even though Wolves are a good team, I don't know. Yeah, that's another team. What's wrong with these guys? They have a good team too.
Not really.
But I mean, the league's hard. Like, they're better than this team. They're better than Fulham.
Well, they're always usually mid of there. Like, they're usually between 12 and 14 for the most part. But yeah, they've never really been this bad in years.
Wolves have
they're not even competing really.
Bournemouth. And Aston Villa should never be down there. They should be like right here somewhere.
Well, what I don't understand is look at the goal differential for Bournemouth.
Yeah. 12 and 28.
12 and 20. So you're minus 16, but you're in 14th place.
And look at all these other teams.
That's what I'm saying. Less than that, and they're worse.
Leicester's. Yeah, it's just like
it's minus 4, and they're in. They're right now going to be relegated.
And they have. It's crazy. They have 9 more goals than these guys. Look at that. 9 more goals, and these guys have 3 more goals against than Leicester. It's crazy. These guys have 9. It's like, look at Nottingham Forest, though. They spent all that money to get nowhere. To get 28 goals, they should probably buy some defenders, I guess.
Well, yeah, you would think. Let's stop the ball from going in.
Yeah, look at.
It's not. Let's get scored on, and hope we can come back.
It's not even updated, eh? Is it? Because I thought we had.
Yeah, it would be updated. Yeah, because we don't. Yeah, it's updated.
Because I thought we had 30 goals before. Damn, we only have 30 goals.
No, maybe it hasn't. At least the wins have, because we were 9-1-1.
These guys have 37. That's crazy, eh?
But let's say it's not updated, so add that on, and then we are 35-11, and Man City's 37-11. Like, it's literally that is going to be it's going to be a 1-2 chase for the title, and that's going to be it the rest of the year.
It's
Tottenham's
crazy.
going to obviously hang around, but ultimately, I see the league's already been decided. It's either going to be Arsenal or Man City at the end of
Imagine if
this.
Newcastle came back and won.
They're not going to. Right? How much you been drinking already tonight?
You never know, bud. It's the EPL. Now they have 13 games. What are they? Points 24. They're already 6-7. Look at this. Damn. That's 15 points. That's crazy. 15 points out of top. So, damn. 8 points out of fourth place. Poor guys. I'd hate to be Liverpool.
Well, I mean, people look at it and go, "Oh, it's 8 points out of fourth, right?" But to me, it's still, that's a game you win or you like. Kind of with us last week with Southampton, like one slip up and it's hard to make those points up. Like you said, when you're playing Wolves or you're playing Forest, like if we had draw today or we had lost, I started to question our team.
How about Crystal Palace and Southampton game? Boring. Snooze fest.
As usual, Southampton and Crystal Palace games are that. Same
Brentford.
as this, Brentford and Wolves. The Wolves are lucky they even got a point out of that being 1-0.
And this one
all
too,
these games,
one.
The rest of them are all snooze fest. Same. Fulham, Everton, nothing.
Leeds, Liverpool.
See, that I enjoyed.
That I enjoyed. This one was okay. Harry Maguire made his massive comeback.
Yeah,
he did.
And
he did okay.
That's now 2 weeks in a row. Rashford scored in the last extra time to win it for them.
Yeah,
because didn't he win it last week in the 90th minute or something for them?
Yeah. So that's crazy that they're still winning. And did Anthony play? I can't remember if I seen Anthony play.
I didn't see him on there.
I'm gonna.
He might have got
check it out. Let's see lineups.
He's been on and off, so I don't know what's going on with him.
Oh, he didn't because he did all that fancy spin during the week, and that Eric Ten Hag said that he doesn't like that kind of stuff. Yeah.
So he basically wants his team to show no emotion.
Well, they weren't doing. They didn't have anything to be fancy about there. They barely won against the team, and he was just doing it for no reason.
But he still won.
Yeah, but they
I know what you're saying. I get his point. Retarded. If you're struggling or you barely squeak out, do you really celebrate?
No, it's like no, you're not. He's not celebrating. He's literally in play, doing a spin with the ball by himself. Yeah. Like Homer Simpson does a donut on the floor, but this guy's doing it. He looks like such a burnout to me. It's like, buddy, why? It's not even a good show off move. It's just like you do a spin with the ball. It's like by yourself. I can see if you did it through 4 people or something, and you're like, oh, score or something. Doing it by himself. Like, come on. I don't know. I just think that guy.
There's a little bit of a slap to the kind of.
He reminds me of Ronaldo when he was young, when he's just doing
look at me, I'm a big name now, blah blah blah.
No, he's just doing fancy stuff, and people are just gonna hack him down when they see him because they don't like it until he smartens up, And it's like
well, as I'm saying, he knows he got paid X amount of money, right? So he's untouchable. But like you said, they're like, no, you're not playing today.
Yeah, it's crazy. Well, Eric Ten Hag came out in the interview and said that's why he's not playing.
Yeah.
So he's like, I don't. He's like that stuff.
Well, there you go. That's why Ronaldo got to play. One body less.
Yeah, he's like, no, sorry. Well, he's like, we'll just wait for this idiot to make a mistake, then you're back on.
When somebody else screws up, Ronaldo, you'll go in.
Yeah, he's like, oh, we just got this guy just got bought, so he has to play X amount of games until he screws up. Then he's on the bench. Yeah, don't worry, just stay on the bench a little bit. And then Ronaldo was getting mad. He's like, this guy's not screwing up. That's why he walked off. And then next game he screwed up. He's like, thank you.
Yep, I'm playing now. Thank you. Keep doing that. Ronaldo probably slipped him some money here. Here's $50. Screw up in the next game. Let me play.
Yeah, Anthony. I don't know if I like that guy. I'm not sold on him yet.
Anthony, no. He was a big name at the transfer window, and I really did understand why. Like everyone made a big deal out of when Man U got him.
Carlins, eh? Not bad. What country is this from?
Canada.
Oh, it's from Croatia. What do you know? The country I'm in.
Right? Who would have thought you'd get alcohol from the country you're in?
No, I bought at this store called Lidl. It has all the foreign stuff. I just bought American tacos and stuff like that. Actually, they have
show up on here drinking Bud Light.
Yeah, they had the McDonald's chicken nuggets in a box, like the
McDonald's. Oh, okay,
yeah. Do you guys have those at the grocery store? No, that's crazy.
What was it? What is it? I saw it. I think it's Popeyes. Yeah, it's Popeyes. They're having their I can't remember, 300 locations in Canada.
Yeah.
So they're doing 300-piece chicken nuggets.
300 piece.
Yeah, and it costs you $200 if you want it.
Whoa, it's crazy.
I'm like, okay, less than $1 a nugget, but still, you know, 75 cents a nugget. I'm like, I'm good.
And you're buying so many.
I'm like, why? I mean, like, remember McDonald's used to do like the 20-piece chicken nugget. I'm like, that was fine. Like,
everybody has to work 2 days just to get 200 nuggets. You know?
Yeah, exactly. Like,
300 nuggets. Yeah.
I'm like, why? Like, why would you want 300 nuggets?
They should have, like, if it was a big thing, they should have made it really cheap.
Yeah, well, that's what I thought. I'm like, it's chicken nuggets. I'm like, all right, it's really just chicken gloop and bread, whatever, right? I'm like, $30 or something like that. I'd be like, I'd buy it.
Yeah, it's like they should have made it like no more than $100 just for a day or a weekend or something.
Yeah, so like a special thing, but yeah, like $200 to buy, like, just like everyone goes on, all prices, everything's so expensive, but you're willing to charge people $200 for 300 nuggets. Okay.
Yeah, man, I seen McDonald's. We were at McDonald's like a month ago. They have this fire sauce. It's honestly the best hot sauce that I had. I was like, damn.
That's for McDonald's?
Yeah, it was crazy. It's not like so hot, but it's just tastes good, you know? Yeah. Maybe Austin Matthews needs some fire sauce to get himself going.
What's going on with your Leafs?
Do you think him and Ovechkin are on vacation together and they're mentally, or what? What's going on with these guys?
I mean, it's the Leafs. The Leafs are the Leafs.
Do you think that Matthews is sick of just being there?
Yep.
And he, like, especially, I think it's time for Sheldon Keefe and Dubas to see you later.
You're saying for sure? They're saying for sure Keefe needs to go.
They both need to go. Like, I don't get how they both still have a job. They arguably have, they have one of the most talented players, and they have like one of the better teams, especially like a couple years ago with Joe Thornton and that. How you're telling me with any other coach, or maybe it's just the club's curse, but like that team on paper should have been a contender, and it was like they didn't even what they contend to, you know, the golf course, you know, Jesus, I don't know. It's just like, and now when you look at it from 2 years ago or 2 or 3 years ago when they had Joe Thornton in that, now you look at their team this year, there's no way any Leaf fan can ever say that the team looks strong right now. They can't say that.
No, exactly. But that's the thing. You remember, like you said, when Joe Thornton was there, everyone made a big deal that this was going to be the next step to push you over. And then last year was
that was literally their only chance.
But that's what I'm saying. But like even same with last year, like everyone said, we need we need a defenseman, we need defense, and you got Giordano, and everyone lost their mind because you got Giordano. And what's he done?
Look at him. You know what they're saying? You know what they're saying right now?
They're saying get rid of him.
No, they're saying the Leafs need a defenseman. Didn't they just get one? Like, what happened? It's like, no, they need I think they need another one. That one wasn't good.
Well, right, like trade. Like, can we upgrade our defense?
Yeah, it's like, but I don't know. I think there's no Leaf fan out there that can tell me that this team is better than
They're still saying
year.
that. They're just saying this is just us. We start off slow and then we finish strong. You do that, and then the playoffs come and you get knocked out.
No, but it doesn't matter about all that shit from before. If you look at the paper, there's no way anybody can tell me that this team this year is better than this team last year or the year.
If you're just looking at the roster right now and going, is this team like a playoff built team? I agree with you. Absolutely not.
No, I'm not even saying a playoff built team. I'm saying just better than their previous team. They gotten worse.
Well, really, what did you lose besides Campbell?
Well, I'm talking about we lost that guy. What's his name that plays for Tyson Berry? He left with Tyson Berry. What's his name again? He plays with McDavid on the first line. Zach Hyman. And who do we get for him? You know, nobody.
Nobody can tell you that now.
And now we got Yarn Cook or whatever. Yarn Crook. Yeah. Okay, here, Cache Yarn Crook or whatever. Or Calais Yarn Crook.
See, the fans don't even care what their names are.
Yeah, it's just like, oh,
he'll be traded. You said be down to the minors in a few weeks.
No, they're like this. Oh, we're gonna pick him up, and then we're gonna use Kerfoot as to get a defenseman. It's like, why would you be slightly worse again? It's like, I don't get it. It's like, oh man. And look they didn't even offer Jack Campbell anything.
Campbell, I don't think wanted to be there because I think when he started off with like really, really good beginning of last year, and everyone was going
anything.
No, but let me finish though. But how he starts. Let me friggin' finish,
dude. But you can't. I'm gonna
go Stephen A in a second on you.
You can't just make up an opinion when they came out and said that.
No, but it's not opinion. But I'm saying, do you recall when they said that Campbell was going to be a Vezina Trophy candidate last year because he started off like you guys started off amazing, like he was 9-1 or 9-2, something stupid.
And
like that.
Halfway through the season, he would.
Yeah, and then he got hurt.
Now
then he came back, and he was letting in. Remember, he was like everyone said, the Leafs goalies can't stop a friggin' beach ball because when it was between him and who was it? Who was your backup? Was it Mrazek last year?
Mrazek, yeah.
Neither of them could stop anything. It's like, okay, one lets in 6 and one lets in 5. But that's what I'm saying.
No, but that guy hasn't been. But Jack Campbell wasn't healthy for the second half of the year.
Yeah, but when he came back, but that's what I'm saying. As soon as he got hurt, everyone's like, oh, we need a better goalie because Campbell's this and that, and he's too injury prone and all that. It's like you guys literally turned your back on him. The second disaster happened. It's the same thing you're doing with Matt Murray.
No, he gets hurt in the first game, and you guys are saying, well, that was expected. No, that's not true at all. They played him too early. He got injured again, and then they had to play that guy. And then
Campbell?
Campbell, and they just kept playing him even though he wasn't fit. And then they had to play Mrazek, and everybody knows how Mrazek went.
Yeah,
that's not turning back on him. That's the coach being dumb. That's one of the reasons why he should be fired. And now Dubas is like, oh, I know Matt Murray from back then. He's my buddy. Oh, another one of your buddies at the team. Right. It's like you can't even fire somebody or trade anybody, and now you're gonna hire another buddy. Like, come on.
Well, yeah.
He has no balls to make a big move.
You
know how many teams would trade for Marner or Nylander or
you won't move Marner. Right now, Marner and Matthews is the only thing keeping that team afloat right now.
Yeah, but they have.
I know what you're saying. You're not going to move Matthews before Marner. Yeah, and you probably get a good package for Marner, but I don't think he moves. If anyone, any big names moving from Toronto to get something that you need, whether it be like a top 4 defenseman or even upgrade at goalie, is going to be Tavares.
No, they should definitely tell Tavares to waive his no trade clause and be like, listen, buddy, you're just not on a team. Give Matthews a C if he stays or if he goes. Say Matthews.
I don't think Matthews deserves a C.
No, I don't care what you say. You're but he should get the C.
No, he shouldn't.
Yeah, he should. And because who should get the C? Come on,
nobody.
Tell me.
Nobody in that team deserves a C right now.
Oh my God, this guy. Look at your team, man. Your team having a lucky start.
A lucky start. Okay.
Even though they just got smashed, but whatever.
A lucky start.
You're acting like they're first place and it's 70 games gone. It's like, man, come on.
Listen, all that matters is that we both acknowledge that the Avs are on a Stanley Cup hangover.
Come on, dude. Hey, tell this guy. Hey, guys, where's Fink? Yeah, well, so what do you think about the Avs? They have the same record as the Leafs right now, no?
Yeah. Maybe one better, one less. But yeah, you guys are about the par.
I think they're 4-4 until I think Leafs just lost to LA.
Yeah. Okay, so there you go. So you lost to LA, Arizona, Montreal, and San Jose.
But we beat the Stars and we beat the better teams.
Doesn't matter. It's the same as soccer. You have to beat the games that you should win.
You asked me a question before. You said, when have they beat a top 6? I guess they haven't because they just beat the Stars.
That was last week. You're acting like this is the news. And like I said,
they just
talk
beat
to
the
me
Stars.
in a month when we have the rematch. Talk to me in a month.
They just beat the Stars. You're right. They haven't beat a good team yet.
Wow.
You asked me that question. You're like, when are they going to beat a good team? I'm like, they beat the Stars. They beat Ottawa. So I guess you're right. They haven't beat a good team. No, but what do you think about the Avs? Let's be honest here.
Being honest wise, I don't see them making the playoffs. And I'm being 100% honest. I don't. Their goalies are struggling with injuries. That team, I think losing, who was it they lost? Or they brought in, what was it, Georgiev?
Yeah.
To replace Gruber, however you want to say it.
I thought it was that Kemper guy or whatever.
Well, and then Kemper went to what, Minnesota? Mm-hmm. But either way, like their goaltender, it's basically the same situation as Toronto.
And they
lost.
They lost Kadri too.
And they lost. Well, they lost. And they lost. What's his face to Seattle, Burakovsky.
Yeah, so Kadri was like an instrumental.
They've lost the depth that they had last year,
and then
and I think that's what's hurting them is they're not as they have who'd they get from Montreal?
I don't know. I can't remember.
Arthur.
Yeah, but so Fink said that McKinnon's contract, even though he took the highest, the max rate.
The max deal per year, max year.
Yeah, he's saying that it doesn't go against the cap.
It's not a team-friendly deal.
He says it doesn't go against the cap at all, though.
Why? Because the cap is going up next year? It still hits the cap.
No, because he did an all-in sign-in bonus or bonuses or something like this.
No, it still hits. It doesn't matter if you're getting paid more in bonuses and incentives, then it still hits your cap.
Yeah, he's saying
if he's talking bottom dollar, like if he's talking like year to year what your base salary is, it might be lower, and you're making it through a sense of like hit 50 goals or hit 25 goals and we give you an extra $3 million.
Yeah, so he's a
you still are taking up cap space. You're just not hitting your base salary.
How about Landeskog? He's out too?
He's still out. I have him in fantasy. He's not due back until January, and that's a big if. He's a big if he's going to come back. Well, it's the same as Josh Norris from Ottawa. Everyone thought he'd be out for a few weeks. They just said today he might miss the entire season.
How about that draft pick from Seattle? He's benched, healthy stretch.
Shane Wright, Everyone's saying there's a reason you fell to fourth place. Yeah. You're not a good player, and he's not. His family was there for that game. He got benched. He's like, Mom and Dad, I'm going to play. No, you're not.
Yeah, he's playing mini sticks in the hallway dressing room.
Watch, this is what I do.
Yeah, this is what we do. This is before the big game. Trust me, I'll be there.
Yeah, I told you I was playing in a game. I just didn't say I was playing in this game.
They're like, Shane Wright, you work at the bar. What are you doing in the locker room again?
Yeah, why put that jersey down?
Oh, man. But yeah, it's good. Obviously, I can't watch hockey too much because it's on at 2 a.m., 3 a.m. It's 1 a.m.
Well, what was it? You could have watched that one Leaf game because that would have been like 6 o'clock your time.
Yeah.
What was it, LA, and it's 11 o'clock here? I'm like, oh, damn. Yeah, that's like 5 o'clock for you over there.
Oh, that would have been nice. I didn't even know.
You could watch them when they're playing on the California teams at least. But yeah, you want to watch a game in Toronto? Yeah, you're not going to get up at 1 a.m, 2 o'clock.
No, and I don't know. It's hard to watch the games, but I hope they come to Europe one time and start playing in England or something. That'd be all right.
You just had You just had another football game this morning over there.
Yeah, I don't even know who played, man. Right, another game here.
Yeah, I think that was the last one. I think there's one more, and I think they have one more later this year. I think they're playing in Germany later this year. But for London series, I think they're
what's hilarious? All the people that go to those games are people that travel from America and stuff. Like,
well, yeah, I watched some of them. Like, I watched the stands, and obviously, yeah, like it's big in Europe because like, we used to have a league there. But I'm like watching, so you see the people like wearing the jerseys of the teams that are playing, and then you just see a random different team not even playing there. I'm like, yeah, you're not watching, or you don't follow this. You're just going. It's a football game. Like, you're just here for that.
Yeah, you're just like, oh, it's big and it's something to do.
It's like it'd be like if you went to an Arsenal Chelsea game or an Arsenal Tottenham thing, and you're wearing like a Leeds jersey, right?
Yeah, it's like I wear my Leafs jersey. I'm like, I don't even know. I'm just here for the beer. You know, that's that's how it is. It's like, but I'll tell you, nobody here. It's like not on the news. Nobody talks about it. No. It's crazy. But we have
it's only big it's only big in Germany and like London. That's it.
Yeah, it's like, and it's not even. It sells out because it's
the same as remember when the I don't know if you remember
most of the people that go to that game are from America,
but it's not.
That's how it is. I know lots of Americans that are travel vloggers, and they were there, and it's just that's why Green Bay I think played once, didn't they?
Yeah.
They played. I think this because my buddy's a Green Bay fan. I remember seeing his little cheesehead thing.
You're under. What's that on your head?
Yeah, it's like, what are you doing, man?
like, don't embarrass yourself here.
Yeah, what are you doing, man? You're a Green Bay fan. Didn't you learn yet?
Yeah, right. But it's like you said, like it's the same as remember when like a few years, I don't know, this is probably like 5-6 years ago. Remember when Buffalo was doing like the Canadian series, right?
Yeah.
They played one game in Toronto every year, and nobody cared.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, now an NFL team, I think, would work in Canada if it was just one team, like the Raptors.
Well, they kept saying it was going to be Buffalo, but Buffalo now has like a 300 million stadium going up.
Yeah, now they're like they have that the quarterback, and they have a decent team now, and they're like, they're still not going to win, but
it's the same as when we thought we were going to get Nashville, right?
Yeah,
and then if we had gotten Nashville,
sorry, yeah, Jim Balsillie.
Well, even then, but remember the Penguins went up for sale, and we were going to get the Penguins. Like if we had the Penguins here, does that see Crosby playing every year in Hamilton?
Literally, Hamilton should just take over Buffalo. Like I don't like Buffalo Sabres. Like what? Who likes the Buffalo Sabres, man?
Like, not many people. Like that city is a football city. It is. It's not.
And it's a bad city. Like I've been to that arena many times. It's like whoa. Yeah.
Like, I'm in the hood here.
Yeah, it's like whoa.
Roll up your windows, lock your doors.
Am I in the right place? This is supposed to be hockey.
You know. All right, everyone.
I don't know, especially now. Okay, I get it. They were second for like a day. Now they're back down to where they kind of belong.
But well, yeah, exactly. They're starting to fall
Buffalo,
apart
man.
now again.
Let's be honest. Buffalo, really? We have a team there. I like even in their heyday, their best years were what
with Hasek and Stu Barnes and all of them and Matthew
what's
Barnaby.
That one guy, Danny? What's that? That guy, Danny Briere.
Danny Briere, yep.
Yeah.
Or there was a Russian or European on there too. There was another one.
Mike Pekka.
Pekka was there for a bit, yeah.
Yeah, and but those guys still didn't do anything.
No. There's a reason Hasek left there and went to Detroit.
And then they had Jack Eichel, and
Eichel's gone, yeah. And now you have one
first place.
Now you have Owen Power there and Dallin, and that's it. And Skinner, Jeff Skinner.
Owen Power's there?
Yeah, that's who got drafted to go there.
Damn. So now he's gonna leave. Yeah.
He'll be like, I don't want to play here no more.
Yeah. It's like, why would he? But it's just like Jack Eichel. They treated him so awful. And so he had no choice but to say, see ya.
See ya, I'm out of here. I'm not playing with you.
And now what? He's in Las Vegas and they're first place, no?
Yeah.
So, I mean, he won in that situation. So, what about the Matt Tkachuk and the John Huberdeau trade? Huberdeau?
Yeah.
As
far as what? Who won that?
Yeah, who's winning right now?
To check
both
easily.
Yeah, well, the Panther. No, I think Calgary Flames are actually. They've only played like a couple. They played like less games than everybody, and they're still like 3-1. I think. No, I'm gonna check that out.
Yeah, I'll take a quick peek at
Could be
that.
changed.
So Panthers right now are 5-3-1.
5-3-1.
And Calgary is 5-2-0.
5-2-0. Yeah.
So Calgary's played 2 less games, but let's look at their stats for a quick second. So where you said to check and Huberdeau is got 5 points, a goal and 4 assists.
Yeah.
And then we look at to Chuck. And he's got 4 goals, 6 assists. So he's got 10 points. He's got double the points, says Huberdeau.
Panthers have played 9 games.
But he's played 2 more games.
Yeah.
But so really, if Huberdeau in his next 2 games can get 2 goals each game, really it breaks out to it's still even.
Yeah, and well,
but I think they're both good teams.
Well, the Flames as a team are doing better, is what I mean.
Overall, yes.
Yeah,
but Flames as a team, I think that's big. But the Flames, I think their bigger player that they got who's doing more is Kadri.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah, he's got 9. He's got 4 goals, 5 assists.
It's crazy how like the Leafs just let that guy slip for peanuts. It's crazy. Bad judgment.
And you and Fink asked to me that I think a while back. You're like, why do you hate Toronto so much? Or I don't. It's okay. I think I've started to slowly narrow it down. It's not the team I hate. It's not the fans I hate. It's the management. I think I've started to hate, and the owners, because, like you said, you bring that up. How you let Kadri go? How you let Rask fall through your hands, right? Like,
let's just be honest.
Those moves is that what irritates me, but then it's the fans who cry about it. And I'm like, okay, I understand because the fans can't control that.
Yeah.
But when you do get a good player, you're the first to turn on them.
Well, me, I haven't turned. Like, I still think Kerfoot's good, and everybody else wants him out.
Okay, so I'll give you 2 names that come to mind that I feel you guys jumped and turned your backs on way too fast, and you tell me if I'm right or wrong. So first one that comes to mind.
Are we talking about the Leaf fans or me?
Well, you're a Leaf fan, so I'm going to include you in there.
I'll say me. I never turned my back on Koliakvo. I always wanted him.
Okay, now as a Leaf fan base, let's say the Leaf.
Well, if you go to Leafs Nation on Facebook,
do you find they turned their back on him too fast?
Well, it's just like this. If Matthews is having a bad season, everybody says he doesn't want to be there. Get him out of there if he doesn't want to be there.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I don't understand about that fan base.
And so, like, when Koliakvo or Brian Berard or these guys get injured, they're like, oh, let's just get rid of these guys, you know? And that's kind of how that goes.
Even if you don't use, like, another, like,
another guy.
No names, but another perfect example is Hyman.
No, not even Hyman. Hyman was like a business move because they had to get rid of money.
But you guys, it's not like you guys are like, what are we doing? Why are we giving up Hyman? Like, okay, good.
I said him and that Russian dude, Ilya Mikheyev. I'm like, why would we give up Mikheyev? Yeah, he was one of the hardest working guys.
We knew Mikheyev was going to go because when he was scoring last year, right? Like, he was like producing. We knew you weren't going to be able to keep him either.
No, but it's like I'd get rid of Nylander before Mikheyev. Like, I don't see how they wouldn't do that.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah. Nylander, the only way he's getting his points right now is be playing on the power play. That's where his points are coming.
Dude,
right now.
What's that guy that won the cup with the St. Louis Blues that played for Alex Steen?
Yep.
Alex Steen's another guy. I was like, what are we doing?
Well, it's the same with you can look at Edmonton, same thing. The guy who went there too and went with David Perron.
David Perron, yeah.
Like, they went to the other teams that, like, they got chased out of their cities and then they went. Like, it'd be the same. It'd be the same if, like, not Buffalo. Sorry, if Vegas won the cup this year. You know how crazy Sabre fans would be if Eichel was skating around lifting the cup.
It'd be crazy.
They'd be losing their mind. Be like, why did we let this guy go?
And it's like, I was thinking that. I was like, how could you just let this guy go? Like, and I'm not a Buffalo
You're
fan.
running first round, let alone top 5 picks just walk for nothing.
Yeah, it's just like, what are you doing? Yeah, I'm like, I get it. They think he's out of shape and stuff. It's like, but he's an athlete. He can get back into shape.
I mean, it happens. You get the bust. Like we talked about this a few weeks ago. Who was the guy in Edmonton that was the huge bust?
What?
Nail Yakubov.
Yeah, Yakupov or what's the other guy?
Or even Bure.
You remember Zeit? No, what's that one guy that played for the Columbus Blue Jackets?
Oh, well, who? Patrick Laine?
No, it's Zherdev. There's a whole bunch of people.
Oh, well,
Laine.
Yeah, Columbus.
There's a whole bunch of
Columbus has never drafted good.
No, and it's like I used to like Zherdev because I thought he was going to be good, and he just never was good. And then he was just a guy always picked on NHL, like on the game, just because he was like a potential was so high.
That's like the one I got. I used to trade for him all the time.
And Borokowski, I used to grab too.
He starts with an S, but I can't remember. He's been in San Jose, and he's been all over the league. He's like Zinchenko or something like that. But it's just stuff like that where you're like, he was gonna be good, and I'm gonna make you good in my game.
Just like Jimmy Vesey, he's probably another guy. I haven't played. NHL
remember how when he didn't sign his entry deal, and everyone was like, "Who's gonna get Jimmy?"
Yeah,
and everyone lost their mind.
And now he's just like, who wants him?
Please take him.
Yeah, it's like,
I will give you a bag of pucks to take him with you.
It's weird how like players, it happens to players. I wonder what happens with them. They just lose their confidence.
I think that their confidence is just so low they just don't know if they want to play anymore.
And they could just be. I can see like maybe some people get. There hasn't really been like maybe Danny Heatley. But he got in that car accident, and everybody knows.
Don't even go there and say like he killed his friend.
No, but I mean that probably did a lot of damage on him in his mind.
Oh yeah, absolutely it did. But he still produced
remember how good him and Ilya Kovalchuk were together.
Kovalchuk, absolutely, they were the 1-2 in Atlanta.
And Ilya Kovalchuk, remember him? What happened to that? And then he went to Russia, and then he's like nothing.
Never. Yeah. He's like what's his face? Like the goalie over there. Got shipped off to the Nordic pole.
Who is it?
Who was that guy? Remember we were talking about this? The prospect or whatever. He tried to avoid saying he was from Russia, and they found out. So he's like, "No, you're going."
Oh yes, yeah.
They shipped him away. That's what I'm saying. That's what probably happened to Kovalchuk. They're you're from Russia.
That was Kaprizov or whatever. Kirill.
Yeah, they were going to ship him off, but there was a goalie. I can't remember. I think it was Philly or somebody, but yeah, it was a prospect, and they're like, "Nope, you're going to Russia for 4 years."
That's crazy. No, but Ilya Kovalchuk's another one. Him and Danny Heatley, like those guys were like Paul Kariya and Timo Slaney. That's what they reminded me of. They're so good, and then.
But that's the thing. That's when the hockey, even when Fink was there, that was the era that hockey was hockey, because you had even at that time you had the Sedin twins, right?
Let's just say this: those Danny Heatley and Ilya Kovalchuk started today. They break Gretzky's record, Ilya Kovalchuk?
No.
Not in goals?
Nobody's touching Gretzky's.
Goals, I think, now that we can see, it's kind of... I mean, you got to be Ovechkin-esque to do it, but there's not too many guys like that. But Ilya Kovalchuk kind of had that, but he played in the era that you're talking about, where there was hitting and all that crazy stuff. And now, I don't think he'd be touched, and it'd be easier.
He walks in and score every time. Yeah. If I were to pick a player from that era, I don't pick him. I pick Bure.
Well, that's before him, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd pick Kovalchuk because I think that guy was crazy, and he played on Atlanta Thrashers. Remember that team?
We're thinking that era, then.
Yeah, but you're right, Paul. If Pavel Bure got to play now, he's another guy that would just absolutely kill it.
Who are you talking about, Pavel? I'm talking about Valerie.
What are you talking about?
I had to get you there. Make you guys think about it.
This guy, eh? Well, hey, whatever one you like, man.
You're right, yeah.
I'm a Pavel Bure kind of guy. The guy has the best goals per game ratio.
But wasn't there a guy from Ottawa? I want to say he was a really good rookie, and
Jason
everyone thought he was
Spezza?
going to be good, and he just crapped out. It wasn't Spezza. I swear there was somebody else, and he was like going to be kind of the next Spezza, and he just never put it all together. And it's driving me nuts.
There's been so many guys like that. It's crazy
that you draft and you just have the potential, and they just never panned out. Like that's what's going to happen with Shane Wright. He will not pan out. I guarantee you, Seattle will get rid of him, and by next year he'll be gone.
I think what happens with these guys is like a guy like Shane Wright. I'll use him as an example. Is like he got too big before he was even famous,
ready to be big.
Yeah, like it's like, dude, you're not even big. You're big in your school or wherever you go to play little hockey. It's like you're not big in the world yet. So
you're not Crosby. You're not Ovechkin.
Yeah. And it's like a guy like Crosby. Everybody can call him a crybaby. Like, hell, I make fun of Crosby. Produced. Yeah, but he
backs it up.
Yeah, he backs it up.
He's won the Olympics. He's won juniors. He's won where he goes. He's won. Same like I'll say the same as Ovechkin because I hate him.
Hey,
I won't take away from what Ovechkin's done for the game. Absolutely, I'll even say it when he retires. Gonna be upset. Absolutely, I will say that. I will be upset.
I feel like a proud dad, man.
Right? Yeah, you're coming through. You grew up.
Yeah, you grew up, man.
But yeah, like as far as what Wright goes, yeah, like you said,
Shane Wright's like Steve
you
Francis.
were not coming out of this draft as you had to be the for sure number one pick.
Yeah, he's like Steve Francis. Remember when he cried and he said, "I'm not going to Vancouver."
Yeah,
like Vancouver Grizzlies. He's like, no, not going. And then his
I
whole career, he started off good, and then it just went down. And now Steve Francis, I heard, is broke, and he's like,
yeah, he is broke.
Yeah, and he's doing some crazy stuff. He's in and out of jail. It's like
just like he's done porn.
Yeah,
that's what Joe means by crazy stuff.
Yeah, he's doing crazy stuff. He's with horses.
I heard he's on those German sites. Joe's on there clicking away at 2 a.m.
Ain't no Schlagen. Ain't no Schlagen.gr.
Yeah,
no.
Yep.
But
I don't know, man. Fink.
Yeah, it sucks. Like, but then you got guys that can handle that, like being cocky, like Ronaldo. Zlatan Ibrahimovic, they just know how to.
But again, it goes back to what it's kind of like what I always heard or was taught was, what have you done for me lately?
Yeah.
Or what have you done even? And it doesn't even have to be lately.
Like you said, what have you done for me lately? Look at Ronaldo. That's a perfect example of that. Because it's like he's been bad for what? How many games have we played? He's played, not we.
12, 13 overall. Well, but like you said, how many has he started or played? Yes.
Yeah. So it's like now they're like, oh, he's done. He's finished. They count him off. It's like, especially United fans, he's a legend to that club. There's no way you should be disrespecting the guy if you're a United fan. I don't care. Like, I'm not a United. It's like, imagine if Brett Hall came back or like at the end of his career and he played a couple games just to retire. You know what I mean? Like any player, like use a player. Like I'll use Doug Gilmour. He came back to Leafs, played like 1 second, and got hit and took out, and then retired. And it's like, how are you going to say, "Oh, that guy's a bum"? Like, you can't.
It's Doug Gilmour.
You can't do that. Yeah, it's Doug Gilmour. He's not the best player in the world, but he's like he's a legend. Yeah.
So here's a question for you. So, given how much there was an uproar about the whole Ronaldo thing, would it be worse if it was Ronaldo, or would it be worse if it was Messi? Let's put Messi there. If that happened to him, would there be the same uproar?
I'll remember this. I'll tell you this. I remember last season, Messi had a bad year. Everybody said, "Oh, Messi's done. Ronaldo's the man." Like, I was one of those guys. And now
you were saying that last year.
Yeah, Messi's having a good year, and Ronaldo's not having a so good year.
And now it's flip-flop. Everyone's saying, "Oh, Ronaldo's past his prime. He's not doing it." Yeah. Whenever Messi. Like, again, it goes back to that.
I'll tell you this. It comes from being biased because I'm more of a Ronaldo fan.
Yeah, you and me have always said that. You're more Ronaldo, I'm more Messi. Like, I'll respect Messi before I respect Ronaldo. But I don't take either way apart. Like, they're both legends, absolutely. But Messi, I would put always before Ronaldo.
Can you believe that the World Cup's only 2 weeks away?
Yep, I finally saw the first
Do you guys have beers and stuff?
I was watching it because obviously it's football Sunday here, and they're like, of course, they don't talk about Ronaldo. They don't talk about Messi. What do they say? In 8 years, it's for the first time in 8 years, the States are in the World Cup.
No.
Like, 8 years ago is when you had people like Landon Donovan and Bradley playing.
Don't you think they should be saying this is the first time Canada's been in the World Cup in a long time?
You would think that stuff. No,
yeah. No,
you
they're
would
like,
think
no,
it, but they're like, no, screw Canada.
Yeah. It's like, dude, this could be the first time Canada scores in a World Cup. You know how crazy that? Like, I'm gonna be wearing have a Canada flag and all that stuff here.
So in other words, Joe's gonna be sleeping outside.
Yeah, I'm gonna be beat up here, eh? Especially when we play Croatia. It's gonna be crazy, man.
You show up on the next podcast, two black eyes, and we'll be like, Joe, just wink if you need help.
Yeah. It's gonna be crazy, man. I can't wait. You know what will be even crazier if Canada actually somehow beats Croatia?
Even if Canada can win one game, whether it's Croatia, Morocco, Belgium, that's a step for them.
Yeah, that's just like winning. Like
that's like winning the cup for them.
That's like, oh man, we did it. We finally made it. Yeah. And it's like just like Croatia coming in second place last World Cup. You know how happy this whole country was? It was like they won.
No one said, "Oh shit, we suck, we lost."
Yeah, they're like, man, we basically won. You know, I was like, it's crazy.
Like I even cheered for Croatia in that game. Like I was like, you guys can do it. Like you said, you had Modric and all them, and like,
it would have been a better story for sure.
Well, yeah, because Modric had a really good World Cup, didn't he? That was when he was scoring every game.
Yeah, and he won the Ballon d'Or that year.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Yeah, and I don't know. And this is his last tournament. This is Ronaldo's last tournament. This is Messi's last tournament.
What is Modric not playing the next one?
Yeah, he said this is. I just watched the Captains on Netflix.
Yeah, and he's not going to do another one.
Yeah, it's all about Modric, Aubameyang, and all the captains of the teams, and Thiago Silva. Not all.
Right.
So I guess some of them made it and some of them didn't make it, but
like for him, he's like, this will be my last run for it.
Yeah. I think that's all their last ones. So, and some of them, like Aubameyang, he's from Gabon, so obviously that's hard for them to make.
Yeah, he's never going to play in it. Unless you host it. Unless they host it,
I think they made it last World Cup though, and that was good enough. That probably felt like a awesome.
That was kind of like a Canada story for them.
Yeah, and it's like my wife was like, I've never even heard of this country.
Like people are like, where's this country?
Yeah,
show me on the map.
Speak French? What?
Right?
Yeah, it's crazy.
It's
but like, I hope Canada's good.
But I find even here, like back home, I find like a lot of people still, unless you talk to the right people, they still don't realize that the World Cup is in 2 weeks, and 2, we're in it.
Yeah, they're like, oh, Canada's what?
They're like, what? Canada made it, and it's like,
you know what's funny? It's because they're all like, I'm German first now, or I'm Portuguese, I'm Italian now. And it's like
like you said, like you're not German. You said you were Russian last year, the World Cup. Now you're German.
Yeah, it's like, dude, man, you're from. Yeah, it's crazy, man. It's actually crazy. I don't think there's another country like that where everybody's just. Maybe there is. I haven't seen it anywhere though, and I've been to a few places, during tournaments, and it's just like, I don't know, man. When you're in Canada, you like. The whole road, especially downtown Hamilton. I can't even imagine Toronto. Toronto's probably all shut down.
Like on Bloor and all that, Danforth and all that. Yeah, like right smack dab downtown.
Yeah, they're probably all shut down. Like if James Street and everything shut down in Hamilton, like the whole downtown is shut down. Like you can't drive, you can't do anything.
No, exactly. So a thing like Toronto, yeah, absolutely, yeah, it'd be absolutely mad trying to get through there. Well, look at when they won the NBA Finals.
Yeah. It's crazy.
It'd be that kind of idea, even just add it tenfold.
Let me ask you this: if Maple Leafs, which they will this probably never happen,
while we're around, right?
Yeah, if the Maple Leafs won, I'll even throw it this year. This year, okay, if the Maple Leafs won a Stanley Cup this year, how crazy? This 2-part question: how crazy would the country be, and would you be at the celebrations? You got to be there.
Celebration, I don't think it would be that big of a deal, except for the city of Toronto. And like Hamilton and all that. But like Vancouver won't give a shit. Edmonton wouldn't care. Calgary wouldn't care.
I don't agree with that. I think there's a lot of Leaf fans across the whole. It's not even Leaf fans.
That actual.
It's the first Stanley Cup in Canada for a long time.
No, I still don't think so because everyone wants their team to do it.
No, I'll say this: only place maybe Quebec.
How many people do you know that would be a Flames fan or okay? So there's a question.
No,
when Edmonton and Calgary are battling, you think when Edmonton knocked out Calgary, those Calgary fans are like, okay, Edmonton, go do it, win it for us.
That's different. This is like the Leafs.
No, because it's the same thing. You're basing it on saying that it would be the first World Cup.
It's not. I know you hate the Leafs, but you have to admit the Leafs have fans everywhere. Whoever's a hockey fan, a lot of them are Leaf fans.
I'm not.
Yeah, I know you're not, but that's why I'm
Mike's
telling you.
not.
Yeah, but we all know how that happened. But we're going to Leafs
reality. Put it that way.
Yeah, reality. We're talking about reality. It's like Leafs, Montreal, and Red Wings. Those are like the main
the original
fans.
6.
Well, not even the original 6. I say just those 3. Those are the majority of fans, and Boston.
I think no. I think honestly, the original 6 will always have that. You'll always have like those 3, and then you'll always have your Rangers, Blackhawks, and Bruins fans.
Yeah, I'll say Blackhawks and Blackhawks and Rangers are a little bit lesser than the other guys. But yeah. I'll say Montreal. I'll say Montreal, Detroit, and Toronto are the top 3 fans.
Because they've had the most success, and they've had probably I don't know the numbers, but I would say they probably have the most Hall of Famers.
Yeah, and I don't know the numbers. I'd say probably Montreal wins on all those. I don't know.
Well, yeah, like you have you have Maurice, and then you have who else? Pick a player. Yeah, exactly. Toronto, you have Sundin, you have freaking. You can even say, people would say Ty Domi if you want to think of fighters and stuff like that and stuff like that.
John Bauer.
Yeah, if you want to go older, yeah, absolutely. And then you go to Detroit, like even back when we grew up,
Detroit, our the '90s team.
Well, yeah, our generation was Chelios and Fedorov and Igor and all of them, right?
Yeah, Shanahan.
Like all of them.
Yzerman.
I just don't get how Shanahan has ended up with the Leafs.
No, I just don't get this. How is Shanahan so bad at his job? It's like. Okay, you can blame Dubas all you want because he's the face and he puts his face out there. At the end of the day, the man behind Dubas is Shanahan.
Okay, so really would you rather Shanahan or Burke?
Burke? I'd rather
Burke.
I don't know.
Who has done a better job? Because they've both been there, I think, now about the same time. Who's produced better results?
I'll say when Burke was there, I think he had a hard go because that was the toughest time to be a part of the Leafs. Because
that's what I'm saying. Shanny's got the way that team's been.
Shanahan has the best players that we've had.
That's what I'm saying. When you were with Burke, I think made you guys into playoffs once.
But with a terrible team, we had the worst. We didn't.
But are you saying that that's more impressive than Shanny getting in every year with a better team?
Well, he hasn't got in every year. He's only got in a couple years, and it's like.
Well, continuously the last 3-4 years.
No, he's gotten in, but it's just the argument I use against Crosby where he's always had a stacked team. But Crosby, the difference is with Crosby and Lemieux and them, they win.
I was about to say Crosby wins.
Yeah, the Leafs, they have the exact same. All these picks and all these players with all this high, the ceiling. And it's like, you can't win one round, And if you can blame Dubas as much as you want, but Shanahan, at the end of the day, is letting him do that.
Okay, so let me ask you this question then. If this is another one round and out season for you, and I don't care. I don't care. That's what I was going to say. I don't care if you're playing the 8th seed, the 1st seed. I don't care what seed you guys play.
I don't care who you're playing. If we don't win,
if you do not get out of the first round, or that's where I was going to go.
I'll tell you this:
all 3 gone.
If Ovechkin and McDavid get traded to the Penguins. And then we play the Penguins first round and we lose, I don't care. Everybody's fired. I don't care if they have.
But even then, let's just say rosters stay the same. Let's say hypothetically,
I'm saying I don't care how good the team is that we play the first round.
Yeah.
We have to.
You
beat
have
them.
to get out of the first round.
We have to beat them. Yeah, we have to beat them. If we don't,
so you're saying right now, if you don't at the end of this season, like let's say you make the playoffs, regardless who you play, if you get knocked out first round, all three have to go. They blow it up basically.
Shanahan, Keith, or they have to blow up that core set of players and kick some. First, I would sign Matthews, and I'd tell Tavares to kick rocks, buy him out. See you later. You're done. I don't care. You're done. You're not our captain.
So what's your thoughts on this? Because I heard when I was saying that, I've been reading a lot. Everyone's saying that the team has stopped playing for Keith. What's your thoughts on Barry Trotz coming and coaching you? Would you be okay with Trotz as your coach?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Do you think he'd be much better?
Oh, yeah. He has to be.
You thought that when friggin' Babcock was coaching? You're like, we're going to fucking win the
But you got to understand. You got to understand, like I've been saying this whole time, the NHL is so soft now that a guy like Babcock can't be a coach because they'll all cry. And that's exactly what happened.
Isn't that what some of the players actually basically said? That they
came. Yeah. So it's like
he hurt my feelings.
Does Babcock now have a job?
No.
So it's like that's why you can't use that kind of you can't do that anymore because these players are too soft. And so you need Trotz would be good, but you can't. I'm not saying he's gonna bring him a cup because you can't get much worse than Sheldon Keefe. In my opinion, everybody can be like, "Oh, he did great for the Marlies." That's the Marlies.
I was gonna say that's AHL. You can't say because he's a good. Who was the other one? There was that guy for Edmonton, that Dallas Eakins or whatever he was. Yeah. Great AHL coach, got called up to Edmonton and crapped the bed. But everyone's like, he was amazing in AHL.
Gretzky.
Yep.
Gretzky. He's a coach, and everybody's like respects him, listen to everything he said, but he just wasn't good because they probably listen.
Well, even do it more recently.
And he wasn't good.
But even more recently, and think if he was on here, he could back me up. But remember when Patrick Roy was coaching Colorado?
I like Patrick Roy though.
But that's what I'm saying. He was coaching and he was winning with them, and then he's like, "I'm not coming back next year." And it was probably because people like McKinnon or McCarr. Now, like you said, obviously he didn't get to coach them, but they would have been like, "You're picking on me, or you're being too harsh on me. You're hurting my feelings."
Yeah, and you can tell Patrick was one of those old school guys.
Yes, he's really tough. He was coaching his son's team after he quit the Avs, and you see the videos, and he's cursing and swearing and yelling at them.
And he told his son, he's like, "You better go fight that goalie." He's like, "Get out there." And then he went and fought him, and then everybody said, "Oh, Patrick Roy like sicked his kid on the other guy." He should be, it's
suspended or blacklisted and all that.
It's come on, man. It's like crazy. It's like that's part of hockey. Just like this guy said, this guy in this group we have, he's always calling for all these red cards every game when we're watching the EPL. It's like, dude, man, this
fouls are part of the game.
Yeah,
hard tackles are part of the game.
It's like everything that you don't agree with or you get scared. That's not a red card, man.
No,
it's like
if somebody punches somebody in the face or pulls them down by their jersey, okay, foul. But if you slide into somebody and the left lets it go, it's because the ref says, they'll look at them and be like, "Get up."
And I was trying to tell him, I'm like, I'd rather let a ref let the game play on than stop it every 2 seconds. I'm like, no, you need to let that stuff go because then it makes people stop diving. I'm like, that guy's opinions on red cards is the people that are ruining the game in my eyes.
Yeah,
because you're making it soft.
Especially like for a game that's very like we were talking about this, like for a game that's very fast paced or continuous, like hockey and soccer.
Yeah,
those games should be no more than 2 hours, 2.5 tops. But like you said, you have all the diving. It stretches out to be 3.5, 4 hours, and like looking at it, you're like, it's all the
just
diving.
Like baseball is the worst to me, man. Or basketball. Basketball is obviously the worst because it's like the last minute of the game is like 3 hours.
Turns into be half an hour, 40 minutes.
Yeah, you're like, oh my God. But it's like basketball is a sport literally where you don't have to watch the first half.
Yeah, watch the last 5 minutes and you're good.
Yeah.
You're like, what did I miss? You're like, nothing. But like you said, somebody inbounds and they slap them on the hand or foul.
It's because there's too many baskets. It's like
nobody wants to go. Like personally, I don't want to go to a game and watch somebody put up 140 points and another team put up 110. I'm like, that's too much.
It's too much. It's not like there's no defense. Like was
It's just who can get to
watching
200 points
Raptors game.
first.
The Raptors game, I think it was like 9. They're playing the Heat. The game after that, after the bench brawl, they it was like because they actually tried against each other because they're mad. It was not in. It was in the 90s. That's the first game I've seen in so long in basketball that they didn't score more than 100 points each team. I was like, that's crazy.
Put it this way: I would rather go see like a Harlem Globetrotter game before I'll see an NBA game, because at least a Globetrotter game is entertaining.
Yo, but don't you think that they're getting paid too much? So they're more like, and they're too buddy, where it's like when you had Michael Jordan, he'd literally make people want to fight him, you know. And now it's like these guys. It's just like they don't try. They don't play defense. They're shooting from half court. Every shot's like from almost half court.
Yeah,
like,
they're just trying for the fancy shot or who can do this, who can do
crazy.
that. Yeah, absolutely.
It's absolutely crazy. Same with hockey. Hockey. I was just saying to somebody, I was like, they need a new marketing, or there's no way hockey, because like all Europe, even Japan, they play hockey. I get it. Like Africa, South America is not that big into hockey, but like all Europe baseball and stuff, all the big markets, like Europe and North America, the big markets, and China, they like hockey. It's like these guys should be a bigger sport, but something like you can ask anybody. You know who LeBron James is? Yes. You know who Cristiano Ronaldo is? Yes. You know who Tom Brady is? Yes. You know who Ovechkin is? No. You know who Crosby is? No. You know who McDavid is? No. And that's sad, because those guys are like,
if you said that to us here, we'd be like, where are you from if you don't know who those names are?
Yeah, it's crazy to me. And it's like people don't even know Wayne Gretzky, and he's arguably one of the best athletes ever. Like, you know, and it's like they know Michael Jordan. Well, Michael Jordan's unfair because he has the shoes and everything, and the shoes are like bigger than Michael Jordan.
The guy who made the shoes, or like the guy who played basketball and never lost. Like, oh, he did that. Like, yeah.
They're like, oh, I just wore them because everybody else is wearing them.
Right, stuff like that. But yeah, like it's like you said, the market starts to get saturated, I guess is the best way to put it. Yeah, you know, with certain players, but it's like, you know, you get the people like you who know LeBron, but they don't know the team. Like if you said right now, like if I went down the street and said, you know, you LeBron, some people would say, yeah. If you ask the average person, I'd say, what are the Lakers' record? They go, oh. But if you ask a sports fan, they'd be like, they're blah, blah, blah. And LeBron's doing this.
Around the world, they'll know more. They'll know more people in the Bundes, like all the top leagues in soccer, over Ovechkin, Crosby. It's crazy to me. It blows my mind. Like, you'll know some guy in the Italian league
before you know Crosby or Ovechkin.
Yeah, it's like those are like,
because it's not that big.
Like that's like a whole generation. Those two guys are like a whole generation of hockey. Like it's like there was no in their time. It was like Messi, Ronaldo. Those two guys, and it's like, how do these guys not know these guys? I don't know. It's crazy to me.
It makes you wonder or think, right?
Yeah, and it's I get it, because Crosby and Ovechkin aren't those guys like Cristiano Ronaldo and LeBron James where they're on social media, they're doing all this fancy stuff, you know. They're not really, hockey's different where they're not like flashy. They're just kind of like family people, and they just kind of chill and do their own.
They just stay to themselves. Like, you know, they play their game, they do whatever, and that's it.
Yeah, and they just do their painkillers and sit back. Yeah,
they're like, I'm gonna go, shoot me up, and I'm gonna go sit in the ice bath. They wake me up in half an hour.
It's crazy, yeah.
But it's stuff like that where it's like you said, it's like unless you're living in the big markets, you'll never know. Like it's like you said, you don't get like the hockey or the football over there. You get mainly the soccer.
Yeah, dude, I remember when Evgeny Malkin and he just came to the Penguins. I used to go to the Penguins. I was out there like because we stayed in the hotel across the Mellon Arena.
Yep.
And I think they just blew it up the year after we were there this year.
The Igloo.
And they built a new one. Yeah. And So we're there. We're eating breakfast at this hotel. We see Larry Murphy in that. Larry Murphy,
Right.
you know Larry Murphy,
Yeah.
the legend, and all these guys are all there, and we're like, "Whoa, this is crazy!" Kind of. To me, nobody else cares. Nobody knows who Larry Murphy is. So then I hear him. Oh, if you guys, because I'm like, oh, I think he walked by because we waited till like he was done eating or whatever, and then we're like, hey man, Larry Murphy, what's going on? He's like, yeah, all the Penguins are coming in through the door over there if you guys want to go get autographs or something. And he's like, nobody's even there probably. So we go there, nobody's there, and but Evgeny Milkin is still in the back seat of this SUV, covered like there's so much paparazzi or something. But
Right.
nobody like, dude, I'm telling you, I seen Colby Armstrong, Sidney Crosby, Marc-Andre Fleury. They were all just there, and I got pictures with them and everything. It's crazy.
But it's kind of like the same thing if like you ask somebody from Hamilton if they know who Carey Price is. Like everyone knows him because he's a Bulldog legend, obviously, right?
Yeah.
But if you ask someone from Montreal, they'll be like, "Oh yeah, I'm Carey Price, blah blah blah, Canadian." I'm like,
No,
okay, but he's from Hamilton, and they're like, "Where?"
But
like,
how about
what?
How about Wayne Rooney? Wayne Rooney went to DC. He's like, I love America because I can go to America, go see all the tourist sites, and nobody knows who I am. I'm just there taking pictures and say, and me, I'm like, that's
the
Wayne
guy
Rooney
with a very ugly face.
Yeah, it's like Wayne Rooney has that face that you can't forget. Like,
Yeah.
if you know Wayne Rooney, you know him for life in your head. You know?
Exactly. You look at it, you're like, that's Wayne Rooney.
Like, there's a few guys that could get by with the average person look, but Wayne Rooney's not one of them. He's like, that's Wayne Rooney, man. You look like a Cabbage Patch Kid, man. Yeah, that's him. That's him, man.
You look at his face and you're like, "Yep, that's." I'm not gonna forget that. Your face is gonna haunt my night or my dreams now.
You look like an old ass baby.
That's right. That's how exactly. I think anyone like they make a spoof of him. That's what he usually is. Some baby face thing.
It has to be, an English baby, and English people just have that face.
I mean, overall, from as a whole, how do I put this? Yeah, it's like we said. I think we said this like last week or one of the last times we did this. Like each country or each part of it, obviously they have a sport that's their sport. Like America, like the States, baseball. That's what they say, right? Like Canada, hockey. Obviously, for you, it'd be soccer.
No, it's actually handball here.
Is it handball?
Yeah, it's a national sport here. It's like huge. Handball is huge in Europe.
Okay, so there you go. So you handball or handball / soccer. Those would be your two main ones.
Handball, basketball, soccer.
I could see some basketball.
Yeah,
I wouldn't even
like
basketball, but
remember, you've seen the videos where they show you like the European basketball games.
Yeah,
and it's like it's crazy, you know.
Oh yeah, absolutely. It is because like I said, like one of my buddies, he lives in Slovakia, so he's huge on what's his face in
Doncic.
Yeah, thank you. He's always posting about him, and he's like, first time he's Slovakia's done this and Slovakia's done that, and like there's 1,000 people like, but it's all people from Europe, right? I never even thought, but that's what I'm saying. Like, you go to Europe,
Kukoc here.
Yeah, exactly. But like if I were to go to the
Petrovic,
if I was going to say like Brazil and try and talk hockey with them, they have no idea. Like they might know, like you said, Gretzky or Crosby, or they might know them.
No,
but they wouldn't know if I said Connor McDavid. They have no idea who I'm talking about.
Dude, I went there and I was like, when I was in Argentina, I asked everybody. So field hockey, they call hockey field hockey, and then they call that's hockey. So you have to say ice hockey to them. So it's like, what? We just call it hockey in Canada. And they're like, no, we call it ice hockey.
We don't have fields out here.
And it's like, so I was there. I asked everybody, like, you don't know Crosby, Ovechkin, or Gretzky? Like, Gretzky? It's Gretzky. It's like Gretzky, the great one. You don't know this guy? They're like, no, amigo. Like,
that's Mexican, not Brazil.
No. I'm talking about Argentina, though. Yeah, Argentina. Yeah, they're like, no, amigo, no Gretzky here, man. I remember seeing a jersey store there, and they had all the hockey jerseys. I seen this guy wearing a Philadelphia Flyers jersey, right? I'm like, oh, you like Philadelphia? He's like, I don't know what you mean. And he's just wearing it.
He's wearing it. I like the colors.
Yeah, he's like, I don't know. He's like, this? I'm like, he's like, I don't know. I'm like, that's crazy, man.
Right. Yeah, it's stuff like that. Like it's like, why are you wearing it if you don't? Like, I get it. Some people, they just want to wear it to kind of fit in or whatever, but you got to embrace you're going to get those kind of conversations.
No, he probably doesn't even know it's a sport. He probably just like, I just bought it because
this is basketball.
Cool. He's like, I bought it because it looks cool. It looks different. I don't know.
Right? I like to pee on it.
But I don't know. Like, even I see lots of basketball. Everybody knows basketball too.
Well, yeah, everyone knows basketball, but also I find a lot of people wear the basketball. I mean, it's a sleeveless shirt, right? Like, they like the look of it. Like, it's just an oversized undershirt.
And that's different with basketball and hockey. They have a good PR. They have a good marketing. They have good marketing. They got Jordan shoes. They got Nike going crazy for them. Like, you don't see a Crosby. And when you see Crosby clothes, they're all like dad clothes. They're not cool like Jordan clothes, you know.
So where's your Crosby clothes then?
Yeah, I don't know. But when you see this guy dressed, you're like, that's not a cool guy. You know, it's like he's going to play golf.
I don't want to wear his clothes.
I don't want to wear that guy's clothes. He won't get me laid, you know. Like, or Ovechkin. Like, the guy's one of the like. Okay, I get I look like him a little bit, but he's an ugly dude. You know, he's not. Yeah. He's not even McDavid. He's not a handsome guy, and it's just like he's just good at hockey. So a lot of people in Canada like him.
Well, it's like I remember I used to, like, back when I was going to the bars, right? Like girls would like when they want like some girly fruity drink, right? And so they drink Pink Whitney, right?
Yeah.
And I'd be Pink like, Whitney. Oh, I'm like, you know, I'd say, you know, you got a boyfriend or whatever, obviously. And, some would be say yeah, some would be not. I mean, if they did, I'm like, okay, whatever, I'll still talk to you. But I'd be like, so does your boyfriend like?
And you're like, do you want my Pink Whitney inside?
I'd be like, I say, you know, you guys watch hockey. Are you a Ray Whitney fan? Like, does your boyfriend watch hockey? And they're like, huh? I'm like, you know, his wife is the one who came up with this. That's why there's a little helmet on the logo. And they're like, I just want to get drunk. I'm like,
so it's crazy.
I'm like, okay, well, you're buying their product. Like, okay, you just go away. Okay, now.
Yeah, see you later.
You see, I'm taking my beer. I'm going.
It's crazy that he has his own booze, and because like if you think about
but it's stuff like that. Like that's how some people relate. Like it's the same thing. Like Gretzky has his own wines, right? And I think he's doing liquor now. But some people are like, "Oh yeah, Gretzky, he makes the wine." It's like, okay, but he's not just famous for that. He's famous for his hockey.
Yeah, he
played the game. Like
his wine's not bad though, Gretzky's.
I haven't tried it yet. Did I try it? I think I might have tried it this year. Yeah, I did try it this year. I tried his red wine, and yeah, it wasn't too bad. I had it with Thanksgiving.
Yeah, damn. Yeah, it's crazy that but Whitney, Ray, like he's like, okay, he was okay as a player. Like he had a big name in juniors and all that. I'll give him that. But like for him to be like, he see, that's a guy that knew how to market himself and made himself more famous than what he should have been. Same with Paul Bissonnette. Paul Bissonnette's another guy like that.
Exactly.
Yeah, those guys knew how to do the little marketing thing a little bit better than the rest.
Well, they knew how to do it.
Yeah.
Like you said, they knew how to market themselves or make their
Spittin' Chicklets is amazing.
The what?
Spittin' Chicklets podcast they do. You never?
Oh, is that what they do?
Yeah, you never seen their Spittin' Chicklets?
No, I haven't seen it yet.
No, they have like a
everyone's doing a podcast now. We're going to be the next famous one to be out there.
Yeah, everybody's doing it. We're going to be on
next week we got Crosby on here with us.
Next week. Yeah, everybody tune in next week. We got Michael Jordan and Crosby.
Yeah, we'll be on here.
Yeah, but I don't know. It's crazy, man. Yeah, I don't know. I think they need a new marketing team to get that hockey out there to all the people. And everybody will give the argument that hockey is too expensive to play. But it's like, dude, you can go buy a stick from Canadian Tire and a tennis ball and go play at the park.
Yeah.
Don't give me that.
It's not this massive sport where you have to buy
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. If you're gonna take it seriously, then yeah, okay,
Yeah.
I get it. Like,
Yeah.
'cause, like, especially as a kid, like youth. But I think that's what they're looking at is because when you put your kid into it, yeah, because you have to do hotels, you have to do travel, blah blah
No,
blah blah blah.
but
But if
what
you
I'm
just
saying is it doesn't cost as much as they're saying to the extreme where they have a chance to be this athlete. It's
yeah,
like no,
that's what I'm
just to
saying.
get
Yeah.
kids out there playing at the park. That's all you need.
Well,
And
that's the
people
thing. Like
talk.
the one, like I don't know if you remember it or if you had already moved. Do you remember Pro Hockey Life
Yeah.
sports stores, right?
Yeah.
Like I went in there not too long ago, and like skates, I saw skates, and they're like $900. I'm like, what
Damn.
person's gonna pay $900 for skates
$900 now.
for just a pair of skates?
Dude, I remember I had mission ones and they were mad expensive at the time. Same I had a mission one piece too, and it was just like it was crazy. It was like $150. I wonder how much a stick goes for now.
Sticks. When I was doing just pickup, like I was playing like just ball hockey with Fink,
Yeah.
I think to pay for like a stick, I think even like how they used to have like the sale or discounts, no cheaper than $100.
That's crazy. And when I bought it for 150, I was like, man, that was like top of the line stick, when I
Yeah,
was
like
playing.
that's what I mean. Like
Yeah.
like I used to get because I was playing ball hockey with him, and then I did a few years ago, like before him, I was playing Burlington, and when I got Burlington
What,
equipment,
Mainway?
yeah,
Yeah. Mainway was good. I
um,
like that. We
like
actually
I
won
went same thing in it, but it was like for a wood stick, like for just a like a basic, I think it was like an Eastwood just wood stick, like
yeah.
$35.
It's crazy, yeah.
And now, like now
At
is like
Main
when I played his league, like same stick, probably easily $80 for a wood Easton stick. I'm like, holy man.
at Mainway they used to do this. I don't know if they still do, but they used to do this tournament where you win money. Like all the teams go in from every league, A league to
Yeah, A
any
to
league.
like D or whatever.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, it's like a tournament. So
that's
we won
that's
that
what I think.
tournament, and we won the league that year, and we got like the league. We just got like a free party, and we got a discount off next year or something like that. And
Yeah,
then the other one we won money. It was pretty cool. That was a
yeah, and
good
I
year.
think that's what his cousin Jack does. Like he's always in like the tournaments they used to do, like hardest slap shot and stuff. Like his cousin's
Yeah.
big into it. Like he's always doing tournaments and stuff like that. But yeah, like you can make money off of it if you're decent.
We made money the one year, and then I remember I just stopped playing because I don't know, I was more interested in going and honestly chasing girls.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Fair
Yeah.
enough. Like I told Fink, like if Fink's
I'm
asking
not
me,
waking
like,
up at 8 o'clock in the morning to go play ball hockey in Burlington.
well, yeah, he asked me the one time when I was playing, and um, he's like, he had asked if I had ever played or whatever, and I'm like, yeah, I played. I said, but like, I got myself kicked out of the Burlington league, like I'm blacklisted from Burlington.
No,
Yeah, I'm blacklisted because I was playing like I hadn't played in years, so obviously I'm like, oh, I'll just start like on a C level, and if they think, oh, you're too good, move up, blah blah blah.
Yeah.
So I played C level, and literally this one team, like I was literally playing left or right wing, and the guy literally all games just slashing me right in the back, just when the ref had his back on, just whack right in the back, right. And obviously playing indoors, you don't have pads on, so you're taking a blade right to your back, right? So I just lost it. I just threw my gloves down, friggin' headbutted him. Damn. And just threw a punch, and then the ref came together. I was like, get off of me. And I elbowed the ref, and the ref's like, you're out of here. And then I get an email from the league, and they're like, you got a 2-game suspension for headbutting. And I'm like, okay. And we played the team. Like I come back from my suspension on first shift. I come off and go right after the guy again. And like, yeah, you can't play here anymore. You're gone.
Yeah, I'll tell you this: Burlington's a nasty league, especially when you get in. Like I played in the A division, and it was nasty, bro. It was
our buddy Larry.
I'm not here to get injured anymore.
Yeah, man. Like my buddy Larry said, like he was playing one league, and yeah, like they like as you were doing shift changes, they'd skate by and just hit you on the ankles, like coming off.
Oh, dude,
just slash you.
I remember we were like a really good team, and we used to like demolish teams in the A League. And so like I was winding up because you can't take slap shots in league.
Yeah, exactly.
So
you can't go this high or above your shoulder. Yeah.
Yeah, but so I went up to my shoulder, and the guy he was pestering me all game, kind of, and he tried to hit my stick out of the air and two-handed me in the face and broke the stick over my face, and I still went, and everybody stopped, right? But I still went up the ice and shot on the goalie because I was like, I guess I was in shock or something. Yeah. And I just scored, and I'm like, yeah. And everybody's just like, dude, we stopped playing. Are you okay? My whole face was ballooned out.
Up. All purple. Like, Joe's one side is completely closed in. What's wrong?
Yeah, the ref's like this to me. The ref's like, you don't have to play anymore if you don't want to. I'm like, yeah, no, I'm good. He's like, I don't think you're good. Your face is kind of, you can't see out here. I'm like, I can see perfectly. Yeah. He's like, no. And then I had a soccer game after that, and I had to go play soccer. And everybody's just like, what the hell is this guy? Like, dude, you look like you got abused. You got abused by your wife or something.
Right. And we had a Mason Greenwood incident here.
Yeah. And then this kid at soccer, like you, he tried to chip it into my face because he seen that I was injured. And I was just like, dude, what do you there's no need for you to chip it, like, because it was literally directed at my face. There's nowhere to pass it to. I'm like, dude, you do that again, I swear to God, I'm not the type of guy to get mad. And he did it again, so I just went boom, and I'm out. Yeah. Same thing, yeah.
Like, I'm not putting up with that.
But it's like, why is that our fault? It's like this guy,
Yeah, it's like, what's happened to the guy who intentionally is doing it?
Yeah, he's doing it to get the reaction. Is what do you want me to do? Just not play?
And I know they're gonna say, well, don't react, but it's okay. Would you say that to like friggin' an NHL player? Don't react to the guy who's slashing you in the back.
Yeah, just let him do it. Just let him do it. You'll come out the winner. Yeah.
Stand there and get hit with a stick.
Yeah, dude, those were like some of my last years actually playing. Like that wasn't my last year, but I played a couple more. But I was just, everybody's like, oh, why did you play? It's just like, dude, I'm going out partying. And then at the time, I was probably like, it was a wild life back then, but that's not for this
partying
podcast.
Every night.
Yeah, that's not for this podcast, right?
Right. But, late nights with Joe.
Yeah, late nights with me. Yeah, it was crazy, but it was and I just didn't have the, you just grow out of it, kind of, and you got work I'm not. And then when you got a weekend, you go out partying. I'm not waking up at 6:00 in the morning to go play hockey.
Be like, yo, where are you? You're like, why? You're like, we're waiting for you. We got a game in half an hour.
I remember that they all got mad at me, the hockey team, because we're good for, like, we should have been playing, and we were really good. And then when I quit, another guy quit, and then it's just slowly demolished the team.
Yeah.
And it's like, and we had a good thing going, and because it was like I told you, we won everything. We were killing teams, and all of a sudden, I just didn't like it. It was fun. I still played another season. Then I paid for a season, and then I was just like, I showed up like 3 games or something, and I was just like, they're like, where are you, man? Where are you?
Yeah, it's like, I'm not playing, or I'm not showing up today.
Yeah, and I remember. And the guy that owns the End Zone Sports Bar, he took my place, and he used to just show up to the game and just puke all the time on the bench, everybody was saying, because he was too hungover. I'm like, that's what I would have been doing. See?
It's like, you replaced me for me.
Yeah. I'm like, they're like, no, but you scored goals. I'm like, I'm telling you, I wouldn't be that guy anymore. I wouldn't be going out there and trying to score goals.
No, you'd be trying not to throw up everywhere.
Yeah. I'm like, dude, it's crazy. Yeah, when I got two-handed, everybody was like crazy. Like, you don't feel something like that. You know what I mean? It's hard to explain. Like, you just don't feel it at the moment.
Yeah.
Like, until like the day after, then you're like, oh man, I'm screwed up, But
yeah,
at
exactly.
the time,
you're like,
yeah.
Well, that's like, what didn't they say? Like Marty McSorley or one of the players, they always play drunk or on drugs or something like that.
Ed Belfour.
Ed Belfour. Yeah, he was always that. Everyone used to give him shit for being an alcoholic, and he's like, oh, I have a beer probably in between intermissions.
It's crazy because, like, for the years that I was playing, I used to play every year, right? Hockey and soccer every year. Like, I used to have like 6 games a week,
Yeah.
I used to love it. And I never drank like that until like I hit like I was almost supposed to get married, and then we broke up. and then before like a stag and doe, and then I had like a 3-year span where I was single, and then the first year being single, I was
We're
still
just
like in
sleeping
that.
around.
Yeah, then I just had to get out there, I had to go let my wings go.
Yep.
And
It's
crazy,
one of those,
man.
Joe, you just had to spread your seed.
And I just like one day I was just like, I like women, not sports. And that's what, no, it was crazy. It's like, you can like both,
Sorry,
they
you
told
Frank.
me. Yeah.
I said women.
Yeah, they're like, you can actually like both. That's a thing.
Right? There's time for both.
I don't know. It was a fun time. And then I tried to get back into it like after, and it was just like so far removed. It's so hard to get back into it. And I
Well,
was just
yeah,
like,
once you're even, I find even giving it up, like I even tried that myself. Like I gave up, like I still, for the most part, have kept my physique from like high school and college and everything like that. But like I try to run, like I used to be great for long distance. I ran like 4 blocks. I'm like, oh fuck, I'm old, man. Like I can't do this.
oh, dude, like I live on an island where there's like, so it's like we have hills so my house is like in the valley,
Yeah,
and then the seas
Napa
here.
Valley.
But like, yeah, everywhere you got to go up the hills to go to like the store.
Yeah.
So if you don't have a car, you got to walk up these hills. And we used to walk. We just got a car, but I used to walk up these hills, and I was just like, I used to do it good, and then like now that I have a car and I tried, I'm like, fuck this. Man.
It's like an extra pair of like t-shirts and everything drenched.
Like, you're like, I forgot something at home. And I just go back and get the car.
Right? I'm not doing that today.
Yeah. I'm
like where's the car?
Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah. I don't know, man. Yeah, it's crazy. Like you said, when you get out of it, it's hard to get that.
It's hard to get back in, yeah.
Yeah, that's probably what like Ronaldo's going. Like you can say he's a freak athlete, but he hasn't been game ready for a while.
No, because
so
he's not being played. Like he's not starting all the time. So yeah, to be like start one game or start 2 games and then be bench or even be a sub for the next 4 or 5, and then expect him to come on and be game ready, then yeah, of course it's going to mess with your system.
Especially he's old.
Well, yeah, that's what I mean. Like 40 or whatever. But like that's even that's like even like for me, like I told you guys, I went to Wonderland like this past weekend, right? And I walked like only like 3.5, 4 hours, but like the next morning I woke up, I'm like, I'm friggin' old, man. Like my legs were killing me and everything. It's just like I don't do this anymore. Like I can only imagine what an athlete is like.
Dude, when we went to Italy, we walked tons, but like we always walk everywhere because like when we do the traveling thing, you have to kind of walk. You can't just drive to the next.
Drive through. Drive through over everyone. What's up? Speed bumps.
Yeah, you got to walk everywhere, and it's like when we were in Italy, we walked all day, all night, and I was like, and then after that trip, like it's just like
my back, my legs, everything.
Like, I need a vacation from vacation.
Right, I need a vacation from my vacation.
That's crazy, man.
Oh,
but yeah, what do you got? Anything else before we kick the road
here?
Log
off. Well, let me take a quick look. I don't know if we got too much. Let me just see. Oh, your Leafs are playing. I think your Leafs are on right now. Oh no! All right, I want to hear it right now. We do actually have two things.
All right.
So you will have to bring up the EPL schedule again. But the first thing, are the Leafs going to win tonight?
No. No, they have to.
You got Anaheim, so you're playing a bad team. So no.
Yeah, they're playing bottom half. Nope.
No, that's it. We only win our top half games. Now EPL, let's go. We gotta do money. We gotta do lock of the week.
EPL table here. We'll go schedule though, right?
Yeah, we didn't do it last week. We gotta go lock of the week.
So
let's run through it.
So Nottingham Forest versus Brentford.
Yep. I'm gonna say Forest wins that.
Yeah, you're gonna gotta go with your team.
I gotta go for Forest.
I'll say it's a 1-1 draw.
All right. Move on to this one. Brighton's going to ride on the high. We go Brighton.
Brighton for sure. Fulham, Man City.
That could be a tricky game. I'm going to say Man City, but not by much. Like a 1-0.
I'm going Fulham, even though I have them to be relegated because I just hope that they hope.
That's what I'm looking at. I'm like, I want Fulham to win, but I'm going to be more realistic.
Leeds and Bournemouth. This is another.
I'm going to say Bournemouth blows another lead, and Leeds wins that one.
I'll say Patrick Bamford gets 2 goals and Leeds win finally.
He'll get in there.
Ooh, Rodrigo. Everton, Leicester City. I'll say Jamie Vardy.
That's basically playing to stay above relegation.
I'll say Leicester City wins.
I'm going to say draw.
That's my lock of the week. Leicester City, Jamie Vardy gets 2 goals. Lock of the week. That's mine. It's not that good as Davis's, but we got to get to that big money D lock of the week.
We ain't there yet. I'm eyeballing my lock of the week, but we ain't there yet.
So we got Chelsea.
Arsenal hands down.
Arsenal. Yeah, I'll say Arsenal win. Doesn't matter if Saka's in or out.
We got Nketiah.
Yeah, we got Reece Nelson.
No, you can't pick him anymore. You
Aston Villa.
Villa, Man U. Man U. I thought for a minute I said Aston Villa. I'm like, no, Man U.
Man United wins for sure, yeah. Southampton, Newcastle.
Another bloodbath for Newcastle. Newcastle all over them.
Yeah, Newcastle will win. Crystal Palace, West Ham.
That's gonna be a snooze fest, I think. But I'll go out on them. I'll take Crystal on that one.
I'll go with the Hammers, West Ham. Just because West Hamilton.
There you go.
Tottenham or Liverpool?
All right, here we go. Lock of the week. Liverpool bounces back and beats them.
That's what I'm saying too. I would say Liverpool is going to destroy them.
I won't say destroy, but I think they're going to play really aggressive.
4-1 Liverpool.
I don't have it that high. I was thinking more 2-0, 3-0.
Yeah, all right.
But it's going to be a multi-goal lead. But yeah, Liverpool is going to.
That's your lock of the week. Big Money D's lock of the week is Liverpool FC.
Yeah,
Mine.
There you go.
If you want little soy boys, this is it right here. Leicester City will beat Everton. That's the one I'd put money on that.
You put money on that? There you go.
Yeah, if I was a gambling man, I'm not saying go out there and gamble people.
Right? Everyone's like, you told me to put money on this.
This would be my ticket. Brighton, Leeds, Leicester, Arsenal. And that's big money.
There you go. Watch them all not come through.
Yeah.
0-4 next week, just so you know.
Yeah, everybody's like, I just lost my whole house.
Right? I just had to do a second mortgage because of you, Joe.
I'm saying, hey, everybody, especially kids out there, you got to be over 18 and 21 in some places, maybe.
Put that disclaimer out there.
Yeah. Nobody should bet. It's not good for you. You need Jesus if you need to bet. Yeah.
There you go. And we're not taking about Gabriel.
Gabriel Jesus. No, he needs to start hitting the net, man. He can't hit a barn door, this guy. Hey, but he does, like you said, he got a couple of assists.
He got a couple of assists, and you know what? The good thing is Odegaard showed he's alive still and well.
And he scored. I mean, he scored when it didn't really matter, but
right, the game's already decided. He's like, I guess I should score now.
It's like this. Everybody, you should be happy with your team that they're scoring, not mad that they're scoring when it's right.
You don't score. Well, I scored today.
But hey, that's it. That's it for the show today.
There you go.
Adios, amigos.